The frame structure on the new P2 locomotive is very similar to that of the originals, except we've had to use metric materials. For example, the main frame plates here are from 30mm thick plate, whereas the original was 1 1/8", so these are in fact slightly thicker. The original frames were held together with a mixture of bolts and rivets. On this locomotive we are almost exclusively using bolts, what are known as driven bolts. Basically the process here, and you'll see several types of driven bolts, these ones here are countersunk, these ones here are raised head bolts, but the principle is much the same. We drill the hole undersize and then ream it to a precise dimension. In the case of these, they're all 1-inch diameter. We then make a bolt which is 0.02 of an inch bigger than the hole and looks like these. This one is a countersunk one, this one has a raised head on it, but the principle is the same. The bolt is then driven into the hole either using a hydraulic jack or a large copper mallet, and then finally a Filidas self-locking nut is applied to the back to each of the bolts and is torqued up to a predetermined torque. And there are approximately 1,000 of these driven bolts on the locomotive at the moment. This method of assembly has proved highly successful with Tornado. When we undertook Tornado's first overhaul, when she'd done approximately 85,000 miles, we didn't find a single loose bolt anywhere on the frames.